The global financial architecture is quietly approaching a structural breaking point that the mainstream media is completely overlooking. While retail speculators remain obsessed with the daily volatility of Bitcoin, smart money is focused elsewhere. Institutional bond desks are pricing in a systemic repricing in the sovereign debt market. The next major financial crisis will not start with digital assets. It will trigger in the United States Treasury market, the very foundation of global collateral. If the bedrock of the global financial system fractures, every paper asset risk curve will reprice instantly. To understand this threat, we must examine the core mechanism of the global financial engine. For decades, the United States Treasury bond, tracked by the TLT ETF, functioned as the ultimate risk-free asset. This status created an unmatched structural moat for the US dollar. Tracked by the UUP ETF, global central banks held these treasuries as their primary reserve assets, creating structural demand. This system allowed the United States to export its inflation and run massive structural deficits without immediate consequences. But that historical arrangement depends on trust in long-term purchasing power. That brings us to the alternative asset landscape, where gold, represented by the GLD ETF, has served as money for millennia. More recently, digital assets like the Ishares Bitcoin Trust, ticker IBIT, have entered the arena as a modern alternative. These assets do not rely on government credit or central bank intervention. As the traditional system expands its debt load, these finite assets act as structural release valves. The core value proposition of hard money is simple: it cannot be printed into oblivion by fiscal authorities. Look at the actual numbers underlying this fiscal structure. The United States national debt has scaled past $34 trillion. More importantly, the annualized interest expense on this debt has recently crossed the $1 trillion threshold. This is a massive contraction in fiscal flexibility. The interest payment alone now rivals the national defense budget. When short-term debt matures, it must be refinanced at much higher current yields. This creates a compounding interest loop that eats away at the nation's balance sheet. This debt expansion occurs while the Federal Reserve attempts to shrink its balance sheet. The quantitative tightening program was designed to drain excess liquidity from the commercial banking sector. However, the Treasury must continuously issue new debt to fund the government's ongoing operational deficits. This creates a severe liquidity mismatch. When private market demand cannot absorb this relentless issuance, yields must rise to attract buyers. This dynamic exerts intense downward pressure on bond prices, threatening the balance sheets of regional banks. Government fiscal managers are actively trying to manage this crisis. The Treasury Department has increasingly relied on short-term Treasury bills rather than long-term bonds. This tactical shift prevents long-term yields from spiking and crashing the housing market. However, it also means the government is funding long-term deficits with short-term, expensive debt. This is the corporate equivalent of using a variable-rate credit card to pay off a mortgage. It keeps the system liquid today, but dramatically increases refinancing risk tomorrow. The central bank's capital allocation strategy is equally cornered. Federal Reserve leadership has signaled a desire to normalize interest rates and control inflation. Yet, keeping rates high accelerates the government's interest expense spiral. If the Fed cuts rates to relieve the Treasury, they risk reigniting structural price inflation. This monetary policy dilemma suggests that the central bank will ultimately choose to protect fiscal liquidity over currency purchasing power. This choice will inevitably lead to a massive capital rotation out of paper assets and into hard assets. Look at how the global financial landscape is already reacting. Foreign central banks are no longer accumulating US treasuries at their historical pace. Instead, they are aggressively purchasing physical gold. This represents a profound shift in global reserve management. The GLD ETF reflects this structural shift as institutional capital seeks shelter from currency degradation. When the largest holders of a nation's debt begin looking for alternatives, it signals a structural decline in demand. The competitive landscape for global reserve assets is changing permanently. This shifting dynamic directly influences how capital flows into digital assets like Bitcoin, tracked by IBIT. Many institutional investors now view digital assets as a high-beta alternative to gold. As global liquidity expands to keep the sovereign debt market afloat, currency devaluation becomes guaranteed. Both gold and digital assets thrive in environments characterized by negative real interest rates and expanding central bank balance sheets. The structural trend of fiat currency debasement is driving a multi-decade transition towards sovereign-resistant wealth preservation assets. That leads us to the ultimate structural risk, the sovereign debt spiral. As the interest burden grows, the government must issue more debt just to pay the interest on existing debt. This requires continuous central bank monetization, which directly dilutes the value of the currency. The vulnerability here is not a sudden default, but a gradual currency collapse. If international investors lose faith in the purchasing power of the dollar, they will dump US debt, forcing yields to spike uncontrollably. This systemic headwind is the primary threat to the global financial system. The consequence of this monetary dilution is persistent cost inflation. For corporate equities, this means ongoing margin compression as input costs and wages rise. While nominal stock indexes may reach new highs, corporate earnings adjusted for inflation paint a very different picture. The consumer is squeezed by declining real wages, leading to systemic demand destruction across multiple discretionary sectors. This environment exposes the fragility of highly leveraged corporate business models. When risk-free rates remain high, capital becomes scarce, exposing weak corporate balance sheets. Looking forward, we are entering a major structural valuation reassessment. For decades, paper assets like government bonds and high-multiple growth equities dominated global portfolios. Now, we are seeing the beginning of a multi-year rotation into real, tangible assets. Gold, industrial commodities, and hard money structures are significantly undervalued relative to the expanding global money supply. As inflation expectations adjust, the historical valuation gap between physical capital and paper liabilities will close. This shift represents a generational realignment of global investment portfolios. Several key catalysts will drive this forward thesis over the next 12 to 18 months. Watch for the eventual implementation of yield curve control, where the Federal Reserve directly caps bond yields to prevent a government funding crisis. Additionally, ongoing debt ceiling negotiations and credit rating downgrades will further highlight the fragility of the sovereign balance sheet. Each of these events will act as a major structural accelerator, driving capital out of sovereign debt and into gold and digital assets. This is the macroeconomic reality investors must prepare for. From a portfolio perspective, this analysis suggests clear tactical moves. We are placing gold, represented by GLD, and Bitcoin, via IBIT, on a clear breakout watch. Both assets are showing structural momentum as macro risks build. Conversely, long-term treasury bonds, tracked by TLT, remain on a strict trim consideration. The risk-reward profile of holding long-duration sovereign paper in an era of persistent fiscal debasement is highly unfavorable. Managing exposure to these key asset classes will be crucial for insulating your wealth. Navigating this historic macro rotation requires institutional-grade research and disciplined risk management. To stay ahead of these structural capital shifts, subscribe to SR Money News. We track the flows that shape the global economy, helping you preserve and grow your capital in volatile times. Hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and share your perspective on the sovereign debt crisis in the comments below. We will see you in our next deep dive institutional analysis.